Hi, my name is Rick Smith with Sweet Fountains, Chocolate Fountains. Talking today about the SF Pro Series chocolate fountains. This is our Summit chocolate fountain. It's got what we call our traditional tier stack, and we're going to show you the assembly of it quickly. First thing you need is a 110 volt power connection. I like to use a 14 gauge cord or higher, depending on the length. For this video, we'll be preheating the fountain while I do the rest of the assembly to show you some techniques. Once we have the fountain plugged in, now note this is the back side of the fountain. So this portion here is normally to the back of the machine, but for this video, so we can show you some of the parts of the control panel, we're going to keep it facing towards you. Down here you have your power switch. First thing we want to do, we're going to turn that on. Our machines are a digitally controlled machine, and they have a feature in them where the machine will not let itself turn on until it's within 10 degrees of the set temperature. We suggest for most chocolates a setting of 70 degrees Celsius. Keep in mind this is a Celsius machine. You can adjust it here. If you hold down the control panel, heat up or down, it'll bring the heat up or down after about 3 or 4 seconds. So I'm going to bring it up to a normal setting of 70 degrees Celsius. If you notice here, you'll see 2 lights blinking back and forth. That means we're in the process of getting the machine going. Now that we have it set to 70, the display will be showing you the accurate temperature of what the heating's at right now. Now keep in mind this is a hot surface in about 2 or 3 minutes, and just for right now to show you a couple tricks, I'm going to leave it how it is. So it's working its way up to 70 degrees Celsius. Next step will be putting the bowl onto what we call the motor housing. It's very simple. Sweet Fountains has removable bowls. Bowl sets into place gently. Once you feel it drop down, then you're going to want to turn it clockwise. And you want to line up the edges. Notice the edge in the bowl should be lined up with the edge of the unit. And the unit's adjusted. One thing you don't want to do is lift the machine from the bowl. You want to carry it down here if you ever need to lift the entire motor housing. But keep in mind, I would suggest removing the motor housing and then lifting removing the bowl and then lifting the motor housing. All right, now that we have the bowl in place, we're going to start this assembly of what we would call a traditional tier stack. So if you notice here, we have 9 pieces, excluding the auger. We'll do the auger in a second. But just for reference, this would be called the auger. These are what we would call the shafts, and these would be what are called the tiers. This piece looks like a tier, but it actually fits on the top. The way you can tell is it has the 3 lines with the circle in the middle. This is what we would refer to as the crown or the top hat. So if you notice here, you have 4 shafts, starting with the tallest one. And if you look here, it might be hard to see in the video, but there'll be a little notch right here. That notch has a corresponding peg that'll slide over and go into place. So your large shaft. Next, you have what would be your large tier stack or large tier. That also has a notch, slides into place. Working our way up from largest to smallest. The nice part with our machine is due to these small pieces, everything's dishwasher safe. Or not only is it dishwasher safe, but it fits in a dishwasher. If this shaft was all one piece, it would not fit in a dishwasher, and neither would the auger. Shaft. Okay, top tier. Now I'm not going to put the top hat on yet. The augers first need to go on. The auger is assembled with counterclockwise threads. Nice and secure. You'll notice that it has a peg up top. The peg will be facing upwards. And at the bottom, you'll see a square receptacle. place. You rotate it until it drops down. Next step would be securing the crown or top hat into place. Once again, you'll see a little small hole here. It's very important that the peg goes inside of the hole. Also, you'll have the same shaft right here that you can slide into place. All right. Once all together, the machine should be fully assembled here. Note, you need to level the machine. This table here is a little weak in the center. So using these 4 legs, you can adjust the height and level of your machine. A surefire way to know your machine is off level is chocolate would all be coming down this side in this situation. We'll address that when we do the running of the machine. Now that we have the machine fully assembled, we're going to take a look. The temperature is currently at 58 on a 70 heat setting. We have 2 more degrees, only 1 more now. If I try to turn the machine on now at 59 degrees, 11 degrees below set temperature, it gave me what's called an LT error, low temperature. Notice now we're at 60 degrees. We're within a 10 degree area of the set 70 degrees. If I turn the machine on now, the machine will turn on. It's within 10 degrees. How the thermostat works is when you set at 70 degrees, it'll go up to 75, down to 65. Up to 75, down to 65. So that fluctuation is normal. Please also note on a new machine, the first 2 or 3 times you operate it and you bring it up to temperature, there will be a little bit of smoke. And all that is the glue from the heating element just burning off. So now that our heat's up to 65, we're within the temperature of 70. I do not suggest ever running this fountain above 80. You can go below 70 depending on what kind of what kind of products you're running through it, but you generally don't want to go above 80 with anything, especially for an extended period of time. So this is the assembly of the Summit SF Pro chocolate fountain. Thank you.